Tonight he has a party? What is it, a pre-Hanukkah party?
Yes, he has, an Erev Hanukkah party.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're waiting for a minion.
I think Fridays and Motzei Shabbos we don't wait. And if we need to, we make that. If we need to, we make that rule.
Friday we had.
Friday we have, but we don't wait for a minion.
Oh.
Because if we wait for a minion, it might not happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, meanwhile we could try and figure out what we're up to.
Good luck. Sorry, I'm late.
You got a lot of company, Naftali.
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm just.
Yudalad Amud beis Amar Rabbi Lazar Ein Adam Chashuv Rashai Lipol Apanav.
Yeah. Unless we have to switch the time for the daf.
Why? To what?
I don't know if that's not a good time for the Olam. Next week for sure. We got to do it right after Shabbos. Because that's the Olam. I imagine the Olam has Hanukkah parties or whatever. Concerts, whatever other else things they got going on let's say Shabbos Hanukkah. Well, now that they closed Eretz Yisrael, so I don't know.
Did they close it?
That's what somebody told me.
Yes.
It's crazy. Now, I don't know what all the people are gonna do.
They gotta be on the daf. They gotta stay on the daf then.
I guess the local hotels are gonna make a lot of money. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What do you say we wait? Shayla Shom.
Rebbe Eliezer.
Rebbe Eliezer. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we waited long enough. Fine. So I'm a Rebbe Eliezer. Ein Adam Chashuv Rashai Lipal Apanav. Adam Chashuv is not allowed to fall on his face, right? Meaning, that's the legitimate tachman, right? He's mamish. He cannot do it. An Adam Chashuv Elim Kenene Ki Yeshubin, unless that he's now the way the lashon of the Gemara sounds like unless he knows he's going to be answered, right? Like Yeshua ben Nun. Well, if you know you're going to be answered, so what's the whole point of the tefillah? I mean, I guess I understand the point of the tefillah, but it's not like there's too many nerves. So if you look in the Meis of Rashi, I don't know if you have Meis of Rashi, the newfangled Gemaras says, in the Rashi and Megilas says, unless he's batuach, and with his actions that he'll be answered. Meaning, doesn't mean that he's going to be answered. It means that he knows that he's right to be answered. Right? And also it has to be an Adam Chashuv. Now, why an Adam Chashuv? Because if it's somebody, it's not a person. Because if it's Adam Chashuv and he doesn't get answered, then that's a real bizarre. That's embarrassing. If it's not Adam Chashuv and he makes a spectacle out of himself, okay, so people just think he's crazy. But if it's Adam Chashuv, then he better know good and well that he's right to get answered. Otherwise, it could be a busha. Right? Okay. So again, Amar Rabbi Loz, Ein Adam Chashuv Rashai Lipol Alpanav Elam Kenene Ki Yeshua ben Nun. Unless he knows to be answered like Yeshua ben Nun, Shenever Yom Hashem Yeshua Kum Lech. Come, get up. Why are you falling on your face? Fine. An Adam Chashuv can't put sackcloth on. Unless he knows he's going to be answered like Yehoram ben Achav. So Rashi says, one second, let's say Shenemar, right? Because there was a what do you call it? A drought that happened in his days. And it says, and when the king, which is referring to Yehoram, he heard the words of the woman, by Yikara as the Yikras begodim, and he tore Kriya, al Hachaima, and when he was walking near the wall, That's when he tore his tore kriya. And everybody saw that he had sackcloth. Right? And Rashi says the Lamaisa, he was a Rasha. Right? But he knew that he was going to be answered for somehow. Yeah, so therefore he was allowed to wear sackcloth because it wouldn't be a busha. But for others, it would be. Okay. Not everybody will get answered by tearing his clothing, and not everybody is going to be answered like by falling on his face. Moshe and Aron benefila. Moshe and Aron, they fell on their face when they davened and they were answered. Yeshua v'Kalev b'kriya. Yeshua and Kalev tore their clothing. Moshe and Aron benefila. How do you know? Dichsiva yipol Moshe and Aron al pneiim, and they fell on their faces. Yeshua v'Kalev b'kriya. Dichsiva Yeshua ben Nun v'Kalev ben Yifun karo b'gdeim. They tore their clothing. Right. So Rashi says because Yeshua and Kalev, they were not on the same level as Moshe and Aron. So they had to do more, they had to do a stronger maisa, a stronger action. Right? Moshe and Aron falling on their face was enough. Yeshua and Kalev they had to do more. Okay, but the bottom line is the Adam Chashuv can't do these things unless he knows for sure that he is Roy to get an answer. So right? If it would have just said Yeshua without the Vav, then it would be correct what you're saying. Hashatz Yeshua, but now it says and Yeshua. After it said about Moshe and Aron, that means he did both. Must be that he means and he bowed down and he tore his clothing. Yeah. So that's the kasha. Yeah. Okay, so the Gemara doesn't really answer it, but that's his kasha. That really means he did both. Okay, not everybody by the geula is going to be standing up to. I guess it means to meet Mashiach. And not everybody's going to meet him when they're bowing down. Malachim bekima, malachim are going to be standing. V'sarim b'shtachaviyah, and the officers are going to meet him bowing down. Malachim bekima the siv kayam Hashem. Yisrael Kedaishai on Talmud Aleph now. Lives thy nefesh the Messiah Goy Laeved Moshlim Melachim Yiru V'Kom to the somebody who's bizayin, his nefesh is bizayin, and that the goyim it's a nation that's bad. Messiah is like the Tayeva, and they're ruled by servants. And Mashlim Melachim, Mashlim and Melachim Yiru V'Kom, and the kings are gonna see and stand up. Right? So this is all talking about Klal Yisrael. That's a bezuya mutav and bavadim Mashlim. That's why Rashi says it, because at that point Klal Yisrael is going to be looking bad, and therefore they will become they were going to greet Mashiach. Because it says Sarim v'yishtachavu. Okay, so Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani, if it would have said and officers bow down, it would be like you say. Now that it says Sarim v'yishtachavu, but same case we said before, it means that they did both. They're going to stand and they're going to bow down. Okay, so not everybody is going to see the light, right? Of simcha, and not everybody's going to have simcha. Yeah. Now I think this is talking about either Mashiach. They're not going to see the light, and they're not going to have simcha. Tzadikim la'ira. The tzadikim are going to get the ar. The yesharim the simcha, and the yesharim are going to get simcha. Right now, I mean the yesharim. What's better, yesharim or tzadikim? It says tzadikim are going to see the ar, and yesharim are going to have simcha. So which one? So what's better? Rashi says yesharim get the simcha. A yashar is better than a tzaddik. I don't know exactly how you define a yashar. All right, but Rashi says the last Rashi in the Perek, a yashar is better than a simcha. I mean, it's better than a tzaddik. That's why he has simcha.
A tzaddik is not a yashar.
That's sort of that's what it sounds like. I don't know what kind of.
Not all of us are. No, not all of us are. No.
You're gonna have to get, from some personal experiences, whether you could be a tzaddik and a yosher. Okay, so we have one vote that you can be a tzaddik and not a yosher. I don't know. I would have thought that tzaddik is more than a yosher, but clearly Rashi, you're not learning that. I mean, that says, what does it say? V'chein tzaddikim yiruv yismachu v'yisharim ya'loizu. Right, in the Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur davening. So that sounds like tzaddikim do have simcha. Yesharim yaloizu. I guess yaloizu, but then this Hasidim, they come better than both. Right? Hasidim berino yogilu. If you say it's going in the order, so then the Hasidim is better. Which the Gemara Taka makes it sound like Hasidim, right? The whole thing in the Mesilas Yesharim, right? Hasidim seem to be better. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, tzaddikim lo yirtziv or zeru ala tzaddik. It's an or that's planted for a tzaddik. To the yisharim simcha, and to the yisharim there'll be simcha. Tichsiv uli yishrei leiv simcha, and for the people that are yasher, they're gonna have simcha. Yeah. Okay. Hadran. We don't have any l'chaim people on there. Okay. Hadran aloch me'emasai. It was a pretty long perek. Took half the Masechet. All right. L'chaim.
I'm sure Paris is drinking. I'm sure Paris is drinking.
I know. I have no question that Paris is drinking somewhere. That wasn't a doubt. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So right. Next Perek. Yeah. Zok the Mishna. Say the Tanya is Ketzad. So what's the seder of the fasts? Yeah. So Matin is a table. You bring out the Aron Kodesh. I don't know if it means the Aron Kodesh. I guess that's what it is. You bring out the Aron Kodesh into the street. For nice, then I don't know what you do when you have the big Aron Kodesh. I imagine you have like a travel one. For nice, then Ephraim Makla al Gabi Teva, and you put ashes that you make from burnt ashes on top of the Teva, which is the Aron Kodesh. B'Rosh HaNasi, B'Rosh HaBezdin, on top of the Nasi and the Rosh HaBezdin. B'chol echad.
You leave your aravos on top of the Aron when you put these ashes on?
Somebody the zaken. What do you say? Yeah. So a zaken shebehen oimer
you froze.
Oh, I'm frozen.
But do you leave your aravos on top?
Frozen?
You leave your aravos on top of the Aron when you put the ashes on, or they take down the aravos?
Looks like he's thinking.
I'm not asking again.
So,
Have enough time to get a drink.
am I unfrozen yet or still?
Hey, you sound not frozen.
I'm okay, man. Not working at all.
Yeah.
Still frozen? Oh, am I unfrozen now?
We hear you, we don't see you. Yeah.
Can't see me?
No, we can't see you. I can't see you.
Hold on.
When we see you now, Yaakov, yeah.
Now we're good?
Yes.
The
Okay.
minion's growing.
What do you say?
The minion's growing. Gershon just showed up.
Midwest is on now. Midwest is very well represented now.
And West Coast. You even waited for me.
And West
Ooh.
Coast. There you go.
Look at them.
There you go. Okay.
Where are we up to?
We just started the Mishnah. 3 lines into the Mishnah. You didn't miss too much. Okay, we'll start the Mishnah again. So say the Taanis Ketzad. What's the order of the Taanis? So Matinas the table you bring out the Aron Kodesh to the streets, but nice than Efer Makal al Gabi table. You put ashes from literally it's ashes from a stick on top of the Aron Kodesh, Rosh Hanasi and Rosh Av Bezdin. You put it on top of the Nasi and the Rosh Av Bezdin, and then everybody else puts it on their own head, right? That's what we were saying, that the Zakin and the Nasi and the Rosh Av Bezdin have somebody else put it on them, right? Everybody else puts it on themselves, which we'll see in the Gemara. And then Hazakin Jeben Aimer Lefnei and Divrei Kushan, and the Zakin says words of really means crushing, right? Meaning he gives them heavy musar. Now what does he say? He says Achenu Leinemer Banche Ninve. It doesn't say by Ninve. That's the story by Yaina, that they all did tshuva, right? Vayara lekim esakom es tanisam, right? It doesn't say, and Hashem saw their sackcloth and their fasting. Ela vayara lekim es maseim ki shavu midrachim midarkam hara. Hashem saw that they returned from their bad ways. Over Kabbalah hu aimer, and in the Nevi'im it says kiru levavchem va'al levavchem. Tear your heart va'al bigdeichem. Tear your hearts and not your clothing. So basically, the point is that yes, it's very nice to fast and it's very nice to put on sackcloth. But the bottom line is the way to do tshuva is to change your ways. Right, so that's the Musa Shmuz. And meaning, and they're doing this because there's a drought. So so they stood up to daven. By reading the Fnei HaTeva, so who do they put? They put as the Chazan Zakin, somebody who's older, Viragil, and he has to know how to daven for the Amud, right? V'yeshlei bonim, and he has to have children. Ubeisai reikam, and his house is empty, right? Which Rashi says it's mashma that he's poor and he doesn't have food, meaning his cupboard is empty, to use a phrase, right? He doesn't have any food, right? Which, and the Gemara is going to, Rashi said, the Gemara is going to say means he's naki, it's clean, meaning he doesn't have chatoim. And it was either one, Kadeshi Liba Shalom Betfilah, so that his heart should be Shalom, meaning you want a guy who really needs to daven. And he says 24 brachos in chazaras hashatz. Yud Ches Shebechol Yom, 18 that they say every day. And then another 6. Ve'eluhein zechronis v'shayfras. It's zechronis and shayfras, right? Which are from the same as on Rosh Hashanah. El Hashem batzarasili karasi va'yaneni. Right, these are psukim and tehillim to Hashem that we called out when we had problems, and He answered. Which interestingly enough, when there's a tzara and they say tehillim in public, these are the prakim that we choose to say, which is obviously where that's coming from, right? And then after all these, there's a bracha. After saying all these prakim, then there's a bracha. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer. You didn't have to say Zechronis v'Shayfris. Ela Aimer Tachtein Rav Kiyeh v'Aretz Dever Kiyeh. Right? We say that psukim that there's going to be a drought and there's going to be Dever and there's a plague. Right? Asher Hayidvar Hashem El Yirmiyahu Al Divrei HaBetzaros. That was the word that Hashem gave to Yirmiyah about the drought. Vaymer. And then what's Vaymer Chasman? Then you finish off of these things, these extra 6 brachas. How do you end off? Al Rishayna hu Aimer Mishana as Avram of Bahara Miriya hu Yana Eschem v'Yishma b'Kol Tzachasem Hayom Hazeh Baruch Hashem Goyel Yisrael. Right. This is at the end of. You basically say this obviously without Baruch Hashem at the end of Slichas. Right. So the first one is Mishana as Avram Avinu Bahara Miriya. Alashniya, which again is
there's 2 brachos of Goyel Yisrael.
What?
There's two Birchos Goel Yisraels in this Shemini Esrei.
I guess that's it. Yeah, that's what you have to say. No? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought you were going to ask, like, on Hara Miriah, didn't we have a Gemara that said there was no way that Hashem was going to have him Shecht Yitzchak? Right? So I'm saying it sounds like
Avram found him a new carbon.
what?
Avram never davened not to Shecht Yitzchak.
I know. So what's the
Onel
davening
Avram was
that
finding
did?
him a new carbon. He found him a way out. For Avram Avinu to Shecht something.
It sounds like Avraham Avinu was davening for something.
Yeah, for a new carbon. To be able to carry out the Dvar Hashem.
I understand, but the Hashem, I'm saying it wasn't ever, I don't know, was that called a tzara for Avram?
I'm pretty sure it was probably quite stressing for him. He wanted to shout. He was told, Hela Yisrael Oila. So give me an Oila.
Okay, I don't know. I'm saying, but if we're saying
Not
for
the
the Gemara
stresses
that
that we have
Hashem,
in life. And
I'm saying what we said
Avraham
from
Avinu's
Hashem,
stress.
but Hashem never intended him to have it. I mean, he never told Avram that. I guess
Right.
maybe he didn't tell
Avram
Avram
wanted
that.
to shout, yeah.
I hear. Okay, good. Halashniya hu aimer Misha anas avaseno al yamsuf hu yanes hem v'yishma kol tzachasam yem ezav baruch atah Hashem zecher anishbachais. Right? Who remembers all the forgotten. Halashlishis hu aimer Misha anas Yeshua bagilgal hu yanes hem v'yishma kol tzachasam yem ezav baruch atah Hashem shemei trua. Halaviyas hu aimer Misha anas Shmuel b'mitzvah hu yanes hem v'yishma kol tzachasam yem ezav baruch atah Hashem shemei tzaka. Right, who hears crying. Right, that's another Shemiyat Tefillah. Right, Gershon? And Alashishis, who I am Misha on a Zayna B'mei Adaga, who Yanes and Bayishma Makol Tzakasam Ayam Zebarach Hashem Ha'ina Beis Tzarah. And Alashvias, who I am Misha on as David Veshlem B'nai Yishleim, who Yanes and Bayishma Makol Tzakasam Ayam Zebarach Hashem. Right. So yeah, so that's the seventh one. Yeah.
Well, why isn't it a problem with?
Now we'll go 1 second. Before that, we said 6. We said we had 6 brachos. Now the Mishnah is saying we said 7 brachos. Right. We're okay. The Gemara is going to discuss what the 7th bracha is. What are you saying?
Why is it not a problem with brachos of Atzalah? Two of the
What's
same
the problem of
brachos.
Atzalah?
Or bracha she'ena tzricha. It's the same bracha twice.
What do you mean? It's obviously it has a separate meaning.
Chasima is the same.
I know, but it has a separate meaning.
Not the chasima. Shemei tefillah means Shemei tefillah.
Yeah.
So does Goel
I
Yisrael.
understand that.
Mamish the same thing. That's Shemei Esrei has different din.
Why not put the two brachos together?
That's essentially what I'm asking. So it's a separate bracha.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear. I don't know. I don't know. It's got to be special for the special tefillah for fast days, I guess. No? Okay, so let's see. Maisa, now on Tome Beis. Maisa, Rabbi Chalafta, Rabbi Chanania ben Teradyon. There was a story by Rabbi Chalafta and Rabbi Chanania ben Teradyon. Shavar echad l'fnei ateva. Right? And one of them went up to be the chazan. The Gomer is a bracha kula, and he finished the whole bracha. Right? But loy anu acharav amen. And the tzibur didn't say amen. So what did they answer? They answered Baruch Shem K'vod Malchusay Le'olam Va'ed. Right? So which is only done in the Beis Hamikdash. Yes, so Taku Kaihanim. Then the Kaihanim blew the shofar. The Taku Kaihanim Taku, they blew the shofar. Misha and Anas Avram Avinu Aron Hu Yanes and Yishma Kol Tzakaschem Hayem Ezeh Hariu Bnei Aron Hariu below Bnei Aron below Misha Anas Avaseno Al Yamsuf Hu Yanes and Yishma Kol Tzakaschem Hayem Ezeh Shabbat Davar Eitzach Lachamim. So that's what they basically, and then they did this they blew the shofar after each one of the brachas. Yeah, So when it came to the Chacham, they said, we were not naiglis on a fast day. The only time we did this was by the Shar Mizrach in the Beis Hamikdash and on the Harabayis. All right, so they disagreed with this mahalach of davening like that on the fast. Yeah, don't do this outside the Beis Hamikdash. Okay, so they disagreed how to do this. Fine. Shalosh Tanias Rishonos, the first 3 Tanesim, Anshe Mishmar, Misanan B'lei Mashiman. So again, we had Anshe Mishmar, right? We split up to 24 Mishmaras, and there was 24 different watches in the Beis Hamikdash of the different Mishmaras. And then there was the Anshe Beis Av, the 7 Batei Avos, right? For each day of the week.
There was a Machlokes.
Yeah. So anyway, why did these fellows have to fast or not? So again, Shalosh Taanis Rishonos, the first 3 fasts. Anshe Mishmar Masana V'lei Mashlimin. The Anshe Mishmar fasted, but they didn't finish the fast. They did half day fast. Anshe Beis Av Lo Masana Klan. Anshe Beis Av didn't fast at all. Shalosh Niyas, the second 3 sets, the second 3 fasts. Anshe Mishmar Masana Nu Mashlimin. The Anshe Mishmar did fast. Anshe Beis Av Masana V'lei Mashlimin, and Anshe Beis Av fasted, but they didn't finish. Now the reason for this was because since they had to be working in the Beis Hamikdash, so they had to make sure they had koyach to serve. Right? That's what we said a few blot ago, that a Talmud Chacham is not supposed to fast because then he can't learn. Done. Shava Achraynos, the last 7 fasts, Eilu Masanu Mashlimin, both of them fast and they're mashlim, because then it's already getting much more desperate if they still haven't received any rain. That's the Rabbi Shua. That's Rabbi Shua also. Shalosh Taanis Rishonos Eilu Lo Masanin Klal. He's more, the Chacham are more makel. The first 3 Tanesim, they didn't fast at all. Shalosh, meaning the Rosh Beis, the Beis Av and the Mishmaras. Shalosh Niyas, Anshe Mishmar Misanin, V'lo Mashlimin. For the second 3, the Anshe Mishmar fasted, but they didn't finish the fast. Anshe Beis Av, Lo Masanin Klal, Anshe Beis Av didn't fast at all. Shava Achraynos, the last 7, Anshe Mishmar Misanin U Mashlimin. The last 7, the Anshe Mishmar fasted in V'mashlim. Yeah.
Excuse me, but so the first half of the Mishnah was talking about after the Mikdash. Now we're talking about when there was the Mikdash.
Yeah. It seems, you're saying it's like it's out of order.
Yeah.
Seems like it, right? Well, unless maybe because they said, I don't know, the way I thought maybe is that they said the story that happened after the Mikdash. Then they said, no, we were only knowing this in the Beis Hamikdash, and then the Mishnah continues to say, but I don't know if that's right pshat or not. And it tells you how did they do it in the Beis Hamikdash. Okay, V'anshe Beis Av Masana V'lei Mashlimin, and the Anshe Beis Av fasted, but they never finished the fast. Okay, that's the end of that with Tanes, and then the Mishnah goes on the side here and explains a few halachas of the Anshe Mishmar and the Rosh Beis Av. So Anshe Mishmar, Mutar Lishtes Yain B'leilis, they're allowed to drink wine at night. Avalei B'yom, they're not allowed to drink wine during the day. Why? Because they have to be on call, and you're not allowed to do avodah when you just drink wine. So therefore, there's no drinking wine. Anshe Beis Av, Anshe Beis Av can't drink not during the day, not at night, because at night they have to be available to make sure that all the Avarim and the Pedarim and all that stuff gets burnt on the Mizbeach.
Is this the only halacha that the night follows the day?
What do you mean?
They have one day of avodah, but their day starts in the morning and finishes in the morning. Their day starts in the morning and ends at night. Usually it starts with night and ends in the day.
I hear. Is it the only area? And we said fasting starts during the day. Didn't we say that?
Yeah, but it ends at night. You don't fast the following night. Their avodah starts in the morning, it goes overnight. It's the wrong night, as far as most halakhas are concerned.
And a chanami, I hear. I don't know what else. Fine, okay. Anshe Mishmar, Anshe Maimid, the Anshe Mishmar, and the Anshe Maimid, right? Now, who's the Maimid? The Maimid are like the they're like the representatives of the people. You needed somebody standing over the karbonos. So they were like, also there was a rotation of people that would be kahanim, that would represent the people that had their karbonos being brought. So asur and milasaper, umilachabes, they're not allowed to cut their hair, and they're not allowed to do laundry, right? Which we'll see why that is. But on Thursday, mutarin may cover the Shabbos. But on Thursday, they're allowed to take haircuts and allowed to do laundry because they're covered Shabbos. Yeah, so the kolak's fine. So there, it's which sounds like that's the case. Then you're allowed to take haircuts on Thursday, the covered Shabbos. You're not supposed to, don't do it on Friday. So because you're busy. Okay, whatever it is. Kolak megilas Taanis. Anytime it says megilas Taanis, again, megilas Taanis was that group of Yom Tovim, like 30-something Yom Tovim that they made for different holidays, and they kept it during the Zman Beis Hamikdash. And the only two that are left are Chanuka and Purim. So Kol HaKosim and Megilas Taanis, the Leila Mispah. So there were different levels of Yom Tovim. So if it was one type of Yom Tov, then not to say Hesped, so then Lefanav Aser, it's also to say it before. La'acharav, the Lefanav is also it's also to fast on Erev Yom Tov. La'acharav Mutter, but afterwards it's Mutter. Rabbi Yossi Aimer Lefanav Ula'acharav Aser. He says no, it's both of them are Aser. Yeah. The Loilas Anders Lefanav, but what about the Megilas Taanis that says just not to fast? Lefanav Ula'acharav Mutter. So before and after would be mutter, meaning there's no kedusha to erev. Before it's aser, afterwards is mutter. Right? That's mamash in Yonah D'Yom. Right? We're fasting tomorrow. Tomorrow's erev Chanukah. Espedim fasting. Yeah, fine. Ain't guys in Taanis al tzibur, but tchila b'chamishi. We're not guys that are Taanis on a tzibur to start on a Thursday. Shalei lafkiya sha'arim. So we shouldn't mess up the prices, because if all of a sudden you start fasting on a Thursday, and then after Thursday, there's going to be a run on the grocery stores. So we don't do that. The first three tiniest that they start with at the beginning of the drought, they started on a Monday and a Thursday and a Monday. Right? Then meaning, so why is that going to help? There's still going to be a run on the food on Thursday? No, because they're going to be prepared. The store owners are going to be prepared, and they're going to understand why it is that there's such a run on it. Fine. And then the second three can be on a Thursday, Monday, Thursday. Rabbi Yossi disagrees. He says just like the first three are not on fifth day, and not the second set of three fasts, and not the last seven. Right? So. And he's again, it's Machlokes whether the store owners are going to realize what's going on and prepare the food accordingly. Okay, ain't guys in Taanis al tzibur for Rosh Chodashim b'Chanukah b'Purim. There's no gezerah, there's no Taanis for a tzibur not on Rosh Chodesh, Chanukah, Purim. Right? So, and meaning it's an interesting combination. Right? So Rosh Chodesh, Rashi says, is called a Yom Tif. Chanukah Purim, so it's also, what about the other Yom Tovim? That's Pashat. Right? The other Yom Tovim, Shabbos and Yom Tif, that's Pashat. So Rosh Chodesh is a Chiddush and Chanukah Purim is a Chiddush because it's the Rabban and Chanukah Purim. The Mischilu ain't mafsikin, but if he started, meaning
Taanis b'chayrim.
Taanis b'chayrim. I guess. I don't know if you can bring a riot from that, but I don't know if that's considered regular fast. I hear. I don't know. Okay, but if they started, ain't mafsikin, meaning not if they started fasting that day.
What did Mordechai ask you to do? Didn't they make a 3-day fast on Pesach?
That was Ace last year, so
that was what?
Yeah. No, that was the Ace Lasses. That was Pikuach Nefesh.
Aren't all of these supposed to be Ace Lasses? 21 Tanesim are just for fun?
Yeah.
There's a difference
just for fun. Yes, just
and
for fun.
There's a difference. There's another step in between, Gershon. Try to figure it out.
All right, Aaron, I'll try.
But you can't figure. There's no difference. You don't see a difference.
I say Gershon is making sure that it's Erev Yom Tov and he's eating already. He's making sure that nobody should be choshed. He's going to be fasting on Erev Chanukah. You can start mamish the chumrah from the night before. Actually, I saw today, it's a big Machlokes. Can you go visit Kvarim on Chanukah? Saying somebody has a yard site on Chanukah. He goes, do they go to the, right? Do you go or you not go? So I think the Ben Ish Chai says not to, but it seems like most of the places come after say that you should. That I could. I don't know if you should. You could go. Okay, anyways, if they started a bunch of fasts and they said, okay, we're going to start Thursday, Monday, Thursday, and you don't stop them, right? Now the question is, I'm saying, what were the Chachamim not thinking? Well, if they started, they don't stop. Did they not think, okay, 1 second, isn't it a week before Chanukah? Or isn't it a week before Purim? Right? So I like to take out of it, they can make mistakes. They can make mistakes. Gewaldig. I'm saying not gewaldig, but whatever, they're human. Right? But I don't think that's pshat. I don't think that's a pshat. I don't know. I don't know what the pshat is, but I don't know if that's a pshat. Anyways, v'em eschilu ein mafsikin. Divrei Reb Gamliel. Amar Meir afa pisha amar Reb Gamliel ein mafsikin. Even though Reb Gamliel says you don't stop, ma'ida hayeshein mashlimin. But you don't, meaning you won't finish the fast. If they made a gezerah to do some fast, and then Chanukah and Purim happen on those fasts, then you never finish the fast. You break the fast during the day, like what we said. What do you say?
That's a huge yontif. If you started fasting and then like 12 o'clock, they said, okay, everybody start eating. That's like you thought you had another 7 hours to fast? It's like a huge yontif.
Yes, that would taka make the yontif. Right. So, yeah. But then, you said that also. Then on Tisha B'av, that's a nidcha, right? About bris, they don't fast. I think they fast now anyways. We said ikar adin, they fast, but they don't finish the fast. Right? So the Tisha B'av is better Shabbos. Tisha B'av falls on a Friday. You also break the fast before Shkia, so you don't go into Shabbos being so hungry, which doesn't fall out anyways. Okay, that's the end of the Mishnah. Quite a long Mishnah. So Zog the Gemara say the tiniest ketzad matzinas ateva. Right. So what does the Mishnah say? You bring out the Aron Kodesh and you put ashes. Vafilu b'kamaisa. The Gemara is saying, and even do we do this even for the first 3 fasts? Right. Or a minute, I'll ask you a steer. If that's the case, we have a steer. Shalosh tinias v'shonis v'shnias. The first 3 tinias and the second 3 tinias. Nichnasim l'esakneses. They go into shul. U'mispalim kederach shemispalim kol hashana kula. They daven the regular way they daven the whole year. In the last 7 fasts, they bring it out on Kodesh. They take it and they put the ashes on the head. They don't bring afer. They bring afer makla. Right? Whatever it is, you see from this that the first 6 fasts, they don't bring the Aron Kodesh out to the streets. So yes, that's true. When our Mishnah says say the Taanis, it's not referring to the first 6 fasts. It's referring only to the last 7 fasts. Fine. But Rosh Hanasi, right? In the Rosh Hanasi, the Tani called Echad ve'Echad Noitel v'Noisen b'Rosh. Right? Everybody takes it and puts it on their head. Yeah. So it's not true. Something that's, if it has something to do with greatness, then you start from the gadol. And when it's a curse, you start from the cotton. So how come here it says that this is obviously a bad thing? Putting the ashes on the head is not for good things; it's for a bad thing. So why did the Rosh Beis Av and the Nasi go first? They should go last. So, but how do you know that you start from the gadol by good things? It says when they said to Hashem, Moshe said to Aron and Elazar and Isamar. So Aron obviously went first because that was something that had to do with greatness. But something that's bad, you start from the cotton. First, the snake, which was the lowest level, got cursed. And after that, Chava got cursed. And then Adam. So you see, by a curse, it goes with the most cursed first. So whatever it is, so how come here the Gadol goes first? So Gemara answers, here, because here by the fasts, even though it's a bad thing that we're putting the ashes, but it's considered a chashivas for the nasi and the roisha bezdin. You, since you're chashuv, you're the ones that have the kayach to get Hashem to stop the drought. So therefore you're allowed to. You are allowed. We start with you, because even though it's a bad thing that we're doing this for, but lamais it's a compliment. It's considered a chashivas. Okay, let's see a few more lines. Each person takes it on their own head. So Gemara asks, let them also take it themselves and put it on their head. How come somebody else has to put the ashes on the nasi and the av bezdin? So Amar Rebbe Abba, Demin Kesari, it's not similar. Somebody who gets embarrassed by from himself, the misbayish me'acherim, to somebody who gets embarrassed from others, right? Meaning, if somebody else is putting the ashes on your head, it's much more embarrassing, right? So because they're chashuv, so they should get more. They should get more of the embarrassment. I mean, they have to take it. They have to take it. They have to be the ones to take it. And where do you put the ashes? You put it on the makam tefillin. Shenemar lasum la'avei leitzion loses lehem pe'er tachas efer. You put it by the pe'er, which is, we know that the tefillin is called a pe'er, and you put it in the place of the ashes, right? So which is what we do for a chasen, right? That's what we do by a chasen. We put ashes on the chasen's head by the makam tefillin, right? Because based on this pasuk. Okay, we'll stop here. A good vach and a good yar and everything good.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good.
So yeah,
What's with the controversial line here? There's no equality in the Torah. Why was Chava lower than Adam?
What are you saying?
Why was Chava on a lower level than Adam? Like Chava, right? It says first the Nachash, then Chava, then Adam. So Adam was a gadol, Chava wasn't.
Right. You think? I don't know. I'm saying. Imagine.
V'huyim shel ba'az ha'metzias.
Right.
I mean, is that what it is?
You asking for trouble now?
I'm asking for trouble while it's still on record.
Wait till the woman's share in 20 minutes about women being potter from mitzvah seishas mangrama and all that.
Are you gonna mention dots and kalos also, or
What?
you're gonna go into dots and kalos also?
We already know that. Why does he have to? Why does he have to announce it to them?
Why?
On a lighter note, did you see the Israeli news?
What? Oh yeah. So does that affect you, or you said 2 weeks?
I don't know. I'm right on the border. I'm assuming they're not gonna open it back up in 2 weeks.
I don't know. We'll
No way.
We'll see what this mishigas means.
I'm up the creaking. And my kids are supposed to get their second vaccination tomorrow.
Masber, by the way, this is like impossible. What's going on?
Israel shut back down. The country's closed again.
Are you
Is this
kidding?
the second time you've been locked out?
Yeah.
You have mazel. Wow.
No, this time, because they did say for 2 weeks, and then they're going to reevaluate. So I'm not canceling my tickets yet. But
Right. Last time they didn't even say that. They just closed it.
they just closed, right? They just closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's supposed to go this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them for shutting it down.
Why? And the whole of Africa has a better track record than Israel. How can
I don't know, with
anything
the
that comes out of there be
restrictions
more
they had on
dangerous?
everyone, as it was, they had insane restrictions. So what's the big, I mean, that's about
Yeah.
as mitigating as you can get. You have to have testing before, testing after, fully vaccinated. You know.
Yeah, but doesn't Israel know more about this than anyone else?
Serious?
No more about what? How little vaccination does?
Well, no more about the prognosis as to whether or not this new variant is going to move the needle.
No one knows.
Oh.
Where do we start from tonight? To Shalim?
A little 3 lines after that.
Okay. So okay.
Elio, are you going to get your money back?
I don't know. I mean, they gave me money back the last time. I don't know, because now there's no. I don't think they'll probably going to give me credit. I can't imagine they're going to give me my money back. No, you think they'll give me my money back?
I assume at some point you do want to go, though.
I do. No, it's just it's a matter of getting stuck with one airline. That's all it is. The last time I got my money back, so I could find the cheapest tickets. So this time the cheapest tickets was American. But if next time the cheapest tickets are with someone else, so then I'm up the creek.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah, and then I found that whatever. Either way, I got to come back. Which week? Do you remember which week you're coming here in January?
22nd, 23rd, 4th, something.
Oh, that's when. Okay, fine. All right, so I'm coming to you for Shabbos either the week before or the week after, if that's okay.
And me for Shabbos?
I don't know if you let me.
For what reason?
Just to see you.
I get scared already.
No, I gotta drop Yaakov off. I gotta drop Yaakov off at one of these yeshivas for Shabbos.
I don't want to start up with Dave. You know what I mean?
Oh, I told them. I warned them. If I go to Dave, then we have to walk over. So if he's willing to hike it.
I hear you.
Yeah, to Yaakov, I'm gonna go crash that meal for a little bit though, just to say hi to Yaakov. I'm just telling you in advance.
Gesundheit.
Cool.
With your family or just you and Yaakov?
No, I think just me and Yaakov. I don't know. We'll see what they're having. They're having whatever in Shabbos, Shabbaton for 2 different Shabbosim in January. So I think it's before and after winter break. So we'll see what. Whatever. That's what they said. They said you drop them off on Friday, you pick them up on Sunday.
Oh, they want you to be there for the weekend. Which
him, not me. Him, not in Connecticut.
I understand, not you.
Yeah.
Who wants you? I'm in the same boat as them.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
What they want to sell? They want to sell him? Is that what the whole point of this is?
No, they're supposed to go to yeshiva and try it out. I remember.
Which, by the way, I love the I don't know, however you say the difference between that place. And I spoke to Rabbi Brown on Thursday, and the manal over there in the high school basically told me, whenever you show up, just give me a call and we'll do it for her.
Yeah.
So the Brown place is much better. The Brown place is like that's the way to be.
When I was in 8th grade, I went to one yeshiva for her in Edison, New Jersey, for Shabbos. This was right after the Long Beach Meister, where the kid was found dead in the shower or whatever. I didn't sleep a whole night. Every time there was a creak, I said, "Oh, he's here to kill me. He's here to kill me." I didn't sleep a wink.
Did they ever figure out what was it? Was it like a killer in the yeshiva? Did they ever solve that case?
We're the little kids. Don't know. I think it was the only unsolved mystery in Nassau County history.
Where do you end up? You end up going to Shir for Akwa, or where did you go for high school?
Yeah, Shir for Akwa. Anyways, all right, I gotta go prepare the next shift. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, good talk.